Well, it is a cold day in central PA today. We are sitting right about 16 degrees on this beautiful day after Christmas. Snow is still gently falling. However, the cold air does not give me much incentive to do much outside as far as riding or testing out Mighty Mouse. So, since Mighty Mouse is out of the Hillbilly Garage right now, we got a little maintenance to do on my father-in-law's four-wheeler today. You guys have seen her a time or two. It's a Suzuki. An older 300, I can't remember what year, 90s some sort. We're gonna change the oil, change the differential fluids, and do a little electrical work to it. She's got some things that we don't need anymore. He never uses, like electric hand warmers and that just do nothing but drain the battery. We're gonna see if we can unhook those and check the winch out on her too, because it's not working. So I guess the first thing I gotta do is see if she'll start from sitting out here in the cold. So you guys may have seen this a time or two in the past, this old King Quad here. Got the battery tender on it. Hopefully she'll start as father-in-law gets the tractor out of the way. We'll see if she's got any life in her. Alright, choke. Key on.
Yeah, if I can work this clutch. It doesn't like it. Oh, spin fast. Start it.
No. Give the old pull cord a tug or two. For a little 300, this thing's got a lot of compression.
Oh, that's a good motor.
X4 and jumper cables it is. Alright, one last attempt before we jump her. Nope. Okay. No, I'm going right here with it. Alright, now we'll see if the old Suzuki will start. Battery tender on this. Charge that battery while we're working. Alright, so now we got the Suzuki in here. I'm going to go ahead and probably take this front bumper off and take this front plastics off. Oh, well, this cowling anyway, because as you can see here, the wiring in this guy is an absolute mess. Like I said, this has hand warmers in it, which my father-in-law never uses. But he always ends up bumping this switch right here. I do the same thing. And so we always end up draining the battery because these hand warmers are always on when we're not intending them to be on. Because I think they're hardwired right to the battery. So even if the key's off, we're still sending power to them. So I'm going to go ahead and unhook that as well. And just do routine maintenance. Change the oil, change the differential if they need, which you probably do. I can't remember if the last time I changed oil in this, I may have changed the differential as well. but we'll find out. We'll at least take a look and see what our oil is like in our diffs. This old girl's in excellent shape except for the seat being tore here and taped up, but other than that, being dirty, of course, from being in a building and being a farm quad, she's in really, really good shape. So this winch on this guy is absolutely shot. It does not work at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and completely unhook it for now. She's too old and ancient. Time to retire it. This winch was so old it actually used 2 solenoids to drive it. So it was taking up a ton of power anyway every time you used it. So we'll get a newer, more efficient one for throwing back in here. Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns his lonely exile here. Unto the Son of God appear. Hey, look at that, I got it. And it looks so much cleaner in there for the time being. Again, we'll pick up another winch and throw in this guy. But for now, we'll just button up the front end and change our oil. Now with this old King Quad, oh, the oil drain is here in the back, as well as the fill. The oil drain is pretty much right directly under your rear passenger side axle. There's a little hole in the skid plate here that allows you to get to it. Let's see how easy she comes off. Hopefully easy. Uh-oh. That wasn't good. I'm going to pull this skid plate up and clean that dirt up in her WD. Oh, that broke. Oh, fun times. This is going to turn into one of those bigger jobs. Oh, great. 2 of them work. Phew. Although it kind of looks like another skid plate down under there. That is actually mud. How about that? This thing needed cleaned off. Shoo. There's the bolt we're trying to get at. Have to clean up around that pretty good, because she's not wanting to come out. There we go. What she needed was a little D. WD. mother-in-law doesn't drive this thing, put a whole lot of miles on it, so she's not too bad. She was due though. We'll let that drain good, and then we will jack her up, take this wheel off, get in there to the oil filter. All right, now we got the back wheel off here. These old King Quads are like your Hondas, like the P5. They've got a cartridge style oil filter. You just take these 3 10 mils. Actually, these might be 8. These are probably the same. These as the Honda. These are probably 8 millimeters. And that'll come off. The oil cartridge will be inside. And I was wrong, guys. These are 10 millimeters. Ooh, almost dropped that. Probably went right down into the oil catch pan. And there's our filter. And again, it's like Honda, there's a little spring in here. I think this one sticks in a little better though. It's in there pretty solid. I don't want to lose it. Let's go ahead and clean this old oil out of there. I'm using carb cleaner so it doesn't hurt my rubber gaskets. Out with the old. She's down a pretty slow drip. We'll go ahead and install our oil filter back in. Put our center cap back on. Once we find the right way, there it is. I don't have a manual or anything for this, so I have no idea what the torque specs on these are supposed to be. These are just little 10 millimeters, so it's probably, I'm gonna guess, 8 to 10 inch-pounds. It's not a lot. And here is another nice thing with these 300 King Quads, is they give you the oil sight glass in here, so you can always check your oil without having to pull the dipstick. All right, I'm gonna let this back tire off to fill. I did lower it, so it's about where it'd be if it was sitting on the tires. Because our oil fill is right back here. It is this cap. Again, this oil not only is for the engine, but it's for your rear differential, your rear drive as well. And you'll see there's no dipstick on here. I believe this guy will hold just over 3 quarts when you change the filter like that. It's what your sight gauge is for. When it gets to the top, you're full where you need to be. Hence, no dipstick. We'll slap a little oil in her. Feels really weird working with tires this small, especially after loading those. Tell you what, these old Suzukis were built beefy. This rear tire is not your typical 4-bolt, as most ATVs. This is a 5-bolt ATV wheel. Of course, that's due partly to the fact that it's got rear drum brakes and not disc brakes, but now we'll have to do something about this rear skid plate. I had to go break 2 bolts off of. Oh. All right, in order to fix this skid plate, I'm gonna have to drill these stinking bolts out, retap the holes or at least clean them up, and put new bolts in. Oh, come on. It'd be nice to have a lift. Once I get this started, it won't be so bad. Working on my belly, it's hard to get any up pressure. Pop, out comes the bolt. I think my threads are good. I'll clean them out real quick here with the tap. Be on the safe side. Voila! And voila! Like that, it's fixed.